Hey, this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com. In this video, I wanted to go through an exercise if you end up having difficulty going through the squat. Now, a lot of times when people end up having pain when squatting, moving, what they end up doing is they end up completely avoiding the squat, which is kind of good and kind of bad. I mean, if it's painful, you don't want to do more of it, but you don't want to completely cut it out of your routine, because then you'll end up, your performance when it comes to squatting will get worse and worse and worse. And then you end up putting more load and stress on other things like your hip, which will increase the risk of it being injured. So what I recommend is to do the squat and do this modified or assisted squat using the suspension trainer. So Andrea will end up demonstrating it, and this modification or assisted squat ends up being really good because, so you've got the straps, you're grabbing them, the suspension trainer is fixed to a really good position. Straps are straight, arms are straight, you're leaning back, you're going into a squatting position, you're coming back up. So if you look at everything, feet are straight ahead, feet are about hip width apart. Andrea's going to go in that squatting movement. We got movement happening in the ankle, we got movement happening in the knee, and she's coming back up. You can see your shin is vertical to the floor, which is what we want. That ends up putting the least amount of stress on the knee, as opposed to having that knee forward. That ends up putting more stress. You can see that that movement's happening in the hip, and then the rest of her body's in a nice, good, straight alignment. Now, by doing this, what you're doing is you're working on that knee, work on the range of motion of the knee. You're working on strengthening the muscles around that knee, which is important, but you're getting help from the hips, and you're kind of offloading some of your weight on the suspension trainer. Awesome. Thank you, Andrea. So give that exercise a go. If you have difficulty squatting, you want to try to incorporate that squatting or get back to squatting normally. It ends up being super important, because if you keep avoiding it, you're going to end up putting more stress on your hip, and then your knees have gone, and then your hip ends up going, and then you're really, really in trouble. Now, my name is Rick Kaselj, and I help people overcome injury and pain. If you're suffering from any kind of pain, what I end up recommending you do is click the button right here. What will happen is you'll be taken to a page where I'm going to ask you, what pains do you suffer from? Let me know and enter in your email, and I will personally send you 90-second pain solutions for each of the pains that you suffer from. Now, if you're watching this video on a mobile device, head down below in the description area, click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/free. And that'll take you to that page where you'll let me know what pains you suffer from. Enter in your email, and I'll send you those 90-second pain solutions for the pains that you suffer from. So this is Rick Kaselj from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.